Hey, this is Christian. Today I want to talk about how you can learn JavaScript pain-free. I just finished a coaching session with one of my mentees and he literally just asked me this question. So if you are just starting out and if you want to become a front-end developer, a back-end developer, working with Node.js, or you don't really know what you want to do right now and you're just exploring your options, maybe you've heard this notion thrown around that JavaScript is an easy language, and I want to tell you what that means and how you can understand what JavaScript is used for, right? So please pay attention because this video is quite important for you. Alright, so I just started working with my student last week, so today was our second session, and he asked me, hey, why everyone says JavaScript is easy where I don't even know how to use it? And this comes from the wrong place. So JavaScript is indeed an easier language compared to Java, C++, C#. I don't have experience with those languages myself, but I've seen the way you have to use it. I never wrote a Java application or anything like that, but just by looking at it, I can understand that JavaScript is an easy language. Well, what is not easy is problem solving, and problem solving is not being taught in any of these courses or platforms or YouTube tutorials. And you need to understand that you are using a language to solve a problem. So if you learn how to solve problems conceptually, you can use pretty much any language. That's why you maybe heard developers saying, oh yeah, I can learn a new language in 1 or 2 days. It's true. They can learn a new language and they can take the problem solving abilities they've developed over probably years and apply them to solve a problem that new language is being intended to be used to. Is that English? I have no idea. English is not my native language, so I'm making mistakes. But what I'm trying to make you understand is that what you are looking for, the golden nugget, is not the language, not understanding the language or the syntax. What you need to understand is problem solving. If you know how to solve a problem, then you are golden. Yeah. And I have some notes here. Yeah, so problem solving. What is a problem? Well, every application, for example, Instagram is solving a problem, or Facebook is solving a problem. That's a huge problem. But then within that big problem that Facebook is, or Instagram, or YouTube, there are smaller problems, like the login system, or the like function, or the comment function, or the following on Instagram, or the tweet, the function of tweeting on Twitter. So that's another problem. And when you get that problem of, let's say, tweeting, you can find other smaller problems in there. Like, for example, you can only have a tweet that has a certain length, right? That's another problem. How can you solve that? Or when you are typing a tweet, if you are typing in a hashtag, you should be able to parse that string, that text, and get out the hashtags from there and then move them into a database or whatever they are doing. I'm not sure. But what I'm trying to get at is that every big problem is made from smaller problems, and so on and so forth. And if you are trying to solve a big problem straight away without experience, you'll suddenly become overwhelmed and burnt out because you have no idea where to start from. That's why it's really important to understand your level, being it 0, 1, 2, 3, or 10. You need to understand what your current level is and what kind of problems you need to solve for your level so you can become better every day. There is a concept called flow state, which is quite interesting. So the idea is that if you are slightly challenged, so the effort that you need to make is slightly above your current level, then you are you are in the optimum way for learning and developing. If you are way too challenged, you'll become stressed, and then if you are under challenged, then you'll not feel like you are appreciated. Something along those lines. I don't remember exactly the whole concept, but this is the main gist. So it's always important to find out the problems that are good for you. In my mentoring program, I always look at people's level, and I always try to give them just one bit above what their level is, so they are making constant progress. And this is interesting how it evolves over time. Another thing that I want you to be aware of is that if you are learning something today, you might not see the result of that learning until 3 months from now or 6 months from now. I say this a lot, but learning programming is not a linear kind of progression. It's like a compound effect. So it goes like this. And I want you to be aware of that, because again, if you don't see the results from today, if you don't see the results tomorrow from the work you've done today, then don't worry, don't stress out. You might be doing things wrong. I've seen people that applied for a consultation call that they've been trying to figure out this for 8 years. So you can be doing all the wrong things. It's like learning programming is like going to Paris. I'm in Prague right now, and if I want to go to Paris, the smart way would be to take a GPS, which in this case can be a mentor, can tell you, hey, you need to go left or right or keep going straight for 200 more kilometers. But if you are by yourself and you just rely on random courses and platforms and people on Facebook groups or on Telegram, then instead of you going towards Paris, you might go towards China, and then you need to take a boat, and eventually you might end up in Paris if you're not ending up somewhere else, or maybe you won't be able to swim that much. Anyway, I'm digressing too much. The only way to actually learn problem solving, and the way I teach my mentees in my mentoring program, is through building projects. And this is a crucial part of understanding. Well, programming is not, how can I say, programming is not like learning law. At least that's the way I've learned law. I was studying a lot of books. I was trying to watch videos with people in the court and stuff like that. So programming is not really like that. Programming is very much hands-on. And the more you are learning theoretically, the more you are getting away from the hands-on experience, which is going to actually give you feedback. And if you are able to understand that feedback, if you are able to ask someone what that feedback is, you'd be able to improve much faster than by just watching videos. And I want you to be aware of this thing, because this is really important. A lot of people fall into this tutorial hell trap, where they are watching courses day by day, every day, and they never actually manage to produce anything. Maybe you are one of those. You've been thinking of learning programming. Maybe you already started, right? Maybe you are 6 months in, 1 year in, 2 years in, 3 years, and you've made no progress because you're just watching videos and you don't even know where to start from. If I would ask you, hey, can you build something for me? Yeah. So if you keep watching tutorials, you're not gonna learn how to solve problems, and you're never gonna learn how to work with JavaScript or to understand JavaScript. Yeah. So if this video helped you out, and if you feel like you have a better understanding of what you need to do, but you're not quite sure how to apply these things that I've been telling you, then you can literally use the link in the description. Have a look on their website, read everything that's on there, watch the video, then you can apply for a free consultation call with me or someone from my team. We'll figure out a step-by-step plan for you to learn to code, so you can learn. What's happening with me? So watch the video, apply for a free consultation call, then me or someone from my team will reach out to you, and then we'll figure out a step-by-step plan for you to learn to code and to land your first job in tech. Until next time, Cristian.